Good evening, fellow wizards and warriors. Now, I have one simple question for you. Do you enjoy taking short walks to the mailbox to collect your fat stacks of never-ending auction house gold? Do you like your professions to be min-maxed to their absolute peak performance, making you a titan of the industry, the literal definition of a dragon sitting on their hoard of gold? Well, then you're in the wrong place. Because in this video, I'm going to be showing you just how easy it is to make gold in Dragonflight with minimal effort by farming raw herbalism and mining materials that can net you roughly 12 to 20k gold in a mere 30-minute session depending on your luck, region, and routing, with no additional add-ons required. And that may not sound impressive, but it adds up quick, because this stuff sells instantly, so it is guaranteed gold that will hit your mailbox after being posted on the auction house. Or you can do one of those backdoor deals in one of those sketchy underground dragon crystal dens, you know, whatever you prefer, I don't care or judge.
It's all like shiny up in here.
Oh, dear Mother of God.
I mean, look at me. My character's name is stolen from a 27-year-old kids show. You think this guy will judge you? Absolutely not. Obviously, this method won't send you to gold cap, but it will provide you the extra funds to purchase those pricey item enchants, gems, consumables, or in my case, those sweet, delicious mogs, which, let's be honest with ourselves, is the real end game here. Now, the area we'll be spending the majority of our time in is the Azure Span for two main reasons. It has, in my opinion, the biggest concentration of Wraithbark herbs and primal nodes, with Wraithbark being the highest selling herb, at least in my region, and primal nodes giving you either Ceravite ore or Draconium ore with a mixture of different elemental deposits, and even Casgarite ore, which is another great seller. Because we're only after the big dogs here, which include Lush and Rich nodes, Wraithbark, primal nodes, and any elementally charged nodes such as infurious, frigid, titan touched, molten, and hardened. Oh, what's that you say? I left out two other elemental nodes? Well, you're correct. Windswept and Decayed. You see, windswept herbs do not spawn in the Azure Span. It's mainly located in the central regions in the Dragon Isles, but that's okay because primal nodes in all of its wonderful glory drop rousing air once you reach this point in the profession talent tree. And as for decayed herbs, I would stay away from those until you put a couple points in the decayed subspec, because this nasty little element will give you a horrendous debuff that turbo chunks your health until you're dead. And depending on your region, Decayed might sell poorly anyway, so it might not be worth the time and effort to even pick it up. And, like I said in the beginning, you don't need add-ons for this farm, but I will show you the route I take that is simple, efficient, and covers every nook and cranny of this Grizzly Hills wannabe Wrath of the Lich King knockoff of a zone. Just kidding, it's honestly an amazing zone. It's filled with life and wonderment, a happy and thriving ecosystem that fully immerses you in this fantasy world, where your creativity can truly get lost from the troublesome worries of everyday. Oh God, sorry, not that. So we are going to be starting off near Cobalt Assembly. Work your way west towards the Three Falls Lookout Camp. Then head south towards the Iskara Camp. From there, head east towards Camp Antonidas, and then back up to Cobalt Assembly. Then you want to zigzag your way through the center of the zone, working your way around and down to the Azure Archives. From there, you want to hug the mountains and shoreline, heading east to the very edge of Camp Nowhere. Take a sharp turn and head back to the Azure Archives while still hugging this cliffside. Once you're back at the flight path, zigzag your dragon tail through the center, heading back east towards these lava pools directly south of Bakthros. Once at the lava pools, head north, hugging this cliffside, working your way around to Theron's Watch. From there, head west to Cobalt Assembly while still hugging the cliffside. You then want to head south towards this fork in the road between Camp Antonidas and the Azure Archives. Then make your way back east towards the lava pools. Once you're back at the lava pools, make a nice big zigzag line through the center of the zone, working your way back up to Cobalt Assembly, which will close the entire loop and cover almost every square inch of the Azure Span. And hang on, I already know what you're going to say. But Charizard, you left out this area over here. Well, yes I did, but there's a damn good reason for that. Because that area is Brackenhide Hollow, and well, how should I describe it? Do you guys remember that scene from The Lion King where Mufasa says everything in the kingdom the light touches? And Simba asks, well, what about that shadowy place over there? And then Mufasa gets all serious and he's like, yo, we don't go over there, that's beyond our borders and it's forbidden. Well, that's basically Brackenhide Hollow, and I shit you not, they even have hyenas. I mean, I couldn't find a more perfect reference for you guys. I mean, what else could you ask for? Because this place is the worst. Not only is it filled to the brim with mobs, they are elite mobs. Elite mobs that can also stealth for some ungodly reason. And let me tell you, these mobs pump DPS, son, so good luck if you pull multiple at one time trying to get to a node. Also, if the creatures don't kill you, the water is toxic and will also try to kill you. There's literally no reason for that, Blizzard. And for the cherry on top, this is where most of the decayed herbs spawn. You remember decayed, right? That nasty little plant that will turbo chunk your health faster than a feral druid in a solo shuffle. So let's run down the list one more time of why this place sucks. The creatures, plants, and water are all trying to kill you in this godforsaken area. So needless to say, it's not worth the time, effort, and headaches required to try and farm the nodes that spawn here. Time that is better spent collecting stuff you can actually get to without the fear of death looming over your shoulders. But regardless, this is a great route to do when you're sitting and waiting for a battleground or LFR queue. Because when you're an elite Windwalker PvPer like myself, you got a solid 30 or 40 minutes to kill for that solo shuffle to pop. So what am I going to do with all that downtime? Go back to Ouroboros to run laps? Or hang out with my NPC friends in Valdraxxin? No. I'm going to go make some gold. The easy and lazy way. You see the node, you farm the node. And to test this, I wanted to see how much gold I could actually make in the time it takes for a solo queue to pop. The queue took roughly 28 minutes, which is shorter than usual. I completed about 90% of the route I outlined earlier, and in that time, I collected 35 2-star Hoshenbloom, 33 2-star Wraithbark, 13 3-star Ceravite ore, 8 salt deposits, 15 2-star Draconium ore, 21 rousing ire, 15 2-star Bubble Poppy, 65 2-star Ceravite ore, 5 rousing air, 31 rousing fire, 15 rousing order, 5 lava beetles, 14 rousing frost, 17 rousing earth, 3 3-star Hoshenbloom, and 1 1-star Casgarite ore, netting me a grand total of 13,560 gold, 38 silver, and 15 copper. Which honestly is not that bad considering we are almost at the 2-month mark since Dragonflight's release, and the prices of raw materials and recipes have dropped considerably. So if you only have a few hours to play, you can expect on average to make about 50,000 gold a day while you wait. And as far as the profession talent trees go, I honestly have no clue what the optimal route is. Because when I first started, I just dumped all of my points into mastering the elements for both mining and herbalism, assuming that I could just reset them later if I wanted to go a different route. Haha, well, joke's on me because it turns out you can't reset knowledge points after you spend them. Now, I'm not saying this is Shadowlands Season 1 Covenants all over again, but I just don't see a reason why we can't learn and unlearn knowledge points that we have gained freely without restrictions. I mean, if somebody wants to sit there and min-max all of their professions for every single craft they do, then so be it. If that's how they enjoy the game. Like I said earlier, this guy won't judge you. But regardless, if it's because of some lore reason Blizzard has cooked up or a weird form of time gating to last the whole expansion, I would recommend watching the hundreds of gold making videos on YouTube from people who actually know what they are talking about, before spending your knowledge points if you really want to get the most out of raw material farming. Because this video is more for people like me who just want to log on and make some extra gold with little effort and no headaches. So if you have any helpful tips or other easy gold making methods, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear about them. Thanks for watching, and remember to always
stay away from the voodoo.